You know what? It is an absolute beautiful day, so I think I'm gonna get on the bike and we're gonna talk about some stuff.
God fucking damn it! Fuck, boys! I'm leaking fuel, boys! Jesus fuck no! God damn it, this fucking thing! I thought I was gonna do a video about why I drive like such an asshole, so I figured I'd take this bike out for a little while. It was broken. What happened was one time I was driving back from C-Milk's place one time, and this thing started to die, and so I got it to my place and I was like, oh, I'll fix it some other time. 5 months later, here I am, and I'm finally getting it fixed. So I needed a new battery, and I found out the original problem, which was I'm leaking fuel, which is not good. So I have to go all the way to C-Milk's place, go to the Pikey, get this thing fixed up. This fucking thing, this is the bike I've had probably the longest. It's also the bike that gives me the most trouble. You know, a lot of people come to China, or they're, you know, a lot of people ask me and they're like, oh, I want a bigger bike. I don't want to ride these fucking 125s or these 250s. I want like a, you know, a proper fuel injected, you know, Kawasaki or a Suzuki or something. I want a proper bike. And what I tell everyone is like, don't fucking do that, because I have like this, which isn't even like a brand name bike. It's something C-Milk built with his fucking hands, and it's given me nothing but problems. And you know, maybe a Kawasaki or something like an actual brand won't give you a lot of problems, but once they do break, fucking no one knows how to fix them. I'm lucky because the guy that is at, you know, the guy that lives down from C-Milk is a fucking magician, so I'm hoping he can get this fixed.
可以吧？
可以可以。
啊，谢谢。多少钱？
给20块。
好，谢谢。拜拜。Oh yes. Oh, this is nice. It's finally fixed up. I swear to God, that guy is a fucking wizard. Like, everyone in Huizhou that I take this bike to has no fucking idea how to fix it, and that guy, every time, amazing. So, let's get to it. Why do I drive like such an asshole? Rule number 1 of driving in China is only worry about what's directly in front of you. I'm not saying they teach this in, you know, driving school, but this is just what I've noticed from my experience. You pretty much only have to worry about what's in front of you, okay? Because, you know, whoever's behind you will get out of your way if you make a move. Okay, I know that sounds really weird, but like if you want to make a lane change, you know, like in the West, what you do is you signal, you know, you blind spot check, you signal, and you make your move, and the person, if they're in your blind spot check, will either get out of your way and be courteous, or you have to reposition yourself to take the lane. Here, that doesn't happen. You just fucking change lanes however you want. It doesn't matter. The person behind you is expected to move, okay? And that happens for a lot of things, right? For example, if you are driving down the street at the speed limit or however fast you're going, and someone walks out in front of the road or pulls out in front of the road with their car, you are expected to get out of their way. They're not expected to like look both ways, you know? It's really weird. And it's dangerous and it's scary, but once you get used to it, it's fine. You have to change your whole mindset. You can't drive defensively like you do in the West. You really have to drive aggressive, and keep everyone behind you, basically. I could sum this whole video up right now by just saying the reason I drive like such an asshole is because Chinese people can't drive. You know, and it's true, because by international standards, they really can't. They you know, don't follow any of the, gross. I don't have a rear mudguard on my bike, and I just felt all that garbage juice spray up against my back. That's disgusting. Anyways, they really can't by international standards. I'm lost. I'm fucking lost. I don't know where I'm going. But yeah, they can't drive by international standards. They don't follow any of the same rules. They are not courteous to one another on the roads. They, you know, are borderline suicidal behind the wheel. But if you want a different perspective on that, you could say something, I could say like, they don't drive bad, they just drive different, right? Like my idea of what's right or wrong on the roads don't apply here, it's just different, right? And that's more of the perspective I'd like to take, because, you know, I am driving here and I've had to adopt their style of driving. I didn't learn how to ride a motorcycle in Canada. I learned how to ride a motorcycle here. I knew how to drive a car in Canada, but not a motorcycle. I learned how to ride here. And when I was first riding here, I was crashing a fucking lot. Like, I was crashing a lot, and I didn't know why. I couldn't figure it out. I was like, why? Everyone's just hitting me like this fucking baby. Everyone's just running into me and hitting me. I don't get it. Like, I couldn't figure it out. So I kind of had to re-teach myself how to drive. And that meant forgetting a lot of the things that I cared about in Canada, you know? I had to forget about being respectful and courteous of other people's space on the road, you know? I had to forget how to know where everyone is around me on the road, right? So, you know, that's why I drive so aggressively, I guess, to sum it up, is because it's just different here. People drive differently here. That's why I don't drive, like, none of my bikes have mirrors on them. None of C-Milk's bikes have mirrors on them. None of Winston's bikes have mirrors on them. We don't fucking use them. We don't need them. Speaking of Winston, by the way, just while we're on the just because I mentioned him, I noticed a lot of people in the comments section for the last video were saying, like, oh, I noticed you didn't mention Winston. Do you, like, guys not get along? I feel like there's a lot of animosity between you, or there's, like, you guys just hate each other or something. I don't know why I don't know why people think that. I get along with Winston great, just to answer your question. He's a great guy. I got nothing against him. I found that weird in the comment section. But anyways, yeah, that's why we don't have any mirrors on our bikes. We don't use them. We don't need them. In China, you really don't need to worry about who's behind you. They worry about you. So when I say Chinese people can't drive, I don't mean that they don't know how to operate the vehicle. I'm not saying that they just, like, they're fucking running into random shit all the time, which I guess they do that sometimes. But no, what I mean when they say they can't drive, they just don't seem to respect the same laws of general safety or respect that we have in the West, which I'm not saying is bad. It's just the way they do things here, even down to their own children. I mean, I've lived in China for 3 years, and I have never seen a baby seat or a child seat in someone's car. They always say, look, that child's sitting in her mother's lap right there. You can't see it because the windows are tinted, but I can. Usually children will just sit in the lap like that person did in the parent's lap, or they'll, like, sit in the center console and play, or, you know, have their head out the fucking sunroof or something. God, this road is so bumpy. I'd miss this bike, but Jesus, the suspension is non-existent. You know, I know that doesn't have anything to do with my driving. It's just, you know, an observation. Would I drive like this in the West? Fuck no. No fucking way. Are you kidding me? I'd have my bike taken in seconds by the police, especially in a place like Canada. You know, no, God, no, I would never drive like this in Canada, but because it's China and that's the way they drive here, that's the way I drive here. When in Rome, you know? I guess if you are going to come to China and you're going to learn how to ride, it's a big learning curve, and you will fucking crash. Let me promise you that. You're going to fucking crash. You know, it's not supposed to scare you, you know? Crashes here are not that bad. People aren't driving like you can see right now. I'm driving, oh, the speedometer actually works, 40 kilometers an hour, you know what I mean? And crashing still would suck, but it's not going to kill me, probably, I hope. Winston said this in one of his other videos, I remember. He said that, and this actually struck me because I never actually thought about it, is road rage in America and Canada and the West is pretty prominent. I mean, I'm guilty of that all the time. When people do dumb shit around me, I fucking freak out. Like, I'll admit, oh, cool wall. You know, I go off the fucking wall. I hate it when people are dumb. And, you know, that's just been ingrained in my brain as a part of my driving culture is, you know, you just fucking get it. My dad did it, you know. My dad's always the guy behind the wheel, like, oh, this fucking asshole, he's probably a Chinese guy. You know, but what Winston pointed out is that there's not really a ton of road rage here in China until someone gets hit. But, you know, I could watch, like, I could just fucking drive, oh, fuck you, I'm gonna pass you here, I'm gonna cut you off, and I'm just gonna drive on the wrong side of the road, never mind, I'm gonna die. Okay, back on the other side of the road. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's just totally fucking normal here. It's so weird how normal it is. Oh, dude, I just realized I drove here last time. Let's switch this up. My God, the suspension. I really apologize, guys. I forgot how bumpy this bike was. You know, I guess in a way it's almost better, you know? So I guess I can't say I drive like an asshole. I just drive like a Chinese person. You know, but I guess in a way it's better, right? People don't have a ton of road rage here. People are very calm. Like, you'll see that in a taxi. If you take a taxi here and this fucking goon's like weaving in and out of traffic, coming like within molecules of other cars, and Buddy's just like stone faced as he's doing it. He doesn't fucking give a shit. And you know, I guess it allows people to make more calm, rational decisions, I guess. I don't know. It also helps with traffic. Like, traffic in China can get quite bad, but because most people are on bikes or e-bikes, and you can lane split, you know, can you imagine if they weren't allowed to lane split, or if they, every person had a car like in the West, instead of an entire family having one car? I mean, that would be unbelievable. But I don't know, I like driving here most of the time. I think there's, anything, when it comes down to anything, not just driving, but anything cultural, you really gotta have a different perspective on how it's done, you know what I mean? If you can't accept the way that they do things, then, I guess you're not gonna be driving here. If you really want to hold on to what you believe is right or wrong and not accept the way that Chinese people do things like driving, well, I mean, this place is gonna kind of suck for you. Anyways, guys, that was just my little video about driving in China, why I drive so like such an asshole. Comment and share below. You're driving down the wrong side of the road. Also, watch this video. Watch this video. It's a good one. I made it myself. Stay positive. Keep your stick on the ice. And I'll see you in the next video. This thing actually doesn't handle that bad, but the pegs are pretty low. Let's see if I can't scrape them around this corner here. Real slow scrape. Woo! That's fun. I'll try that again. Another scrape. Can we get one? Oh, is this guy going up here? Fuck, dude. Look where you're going. See what I'm talking about? Ooh, scrapey scrape. You really don't have to lean this bike down very far to get those pegs in. I want to get more of the scrape piece. Scrape, 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 scrape that road. Damn it! I didn't get it low enough. Maybe here. Scrapey, scrape, scrape! Woo! That's so fun! More of the right turn scrapes. Come on! Left-handed high-speed scrape! Scrapey, scrapey, scrapey! Ah, my foot fell off the peg! Fuck. You gotta be fucking kidding me. I finished my video and I rode around. I was probably riding around for like an hour and a half and my bike died. I think maybe it got too hot, but I'm not too sure what actually happened there. That fucking sucks. Oftentimes, like, I've melted a couple of fuses in this before. Come on, start, you bitch. Ooh. Yeah, that's too hot. No? The battery's going on me. It's a fucking fuse again, I knew it. It's a fuse. Well, lucky I'm right beside my house, but I'm gonna be pushing this around for the next little while. That was fun while it lasted. Fucking thing.